as Brian makes it just right on time, right as the credits stop rolling. Good evening, everybody.
Perfect.
Welcome along to the Rangers Rabble quiz, the big final when somebody is going to walk away with the whole of the glory tonight. So, the format of the quiz, there's 5 rounds. There's 5 questions, or there's a possible 5 points for each round, because one of them's a who are you, so there's not 5 rounds to that, although there potentially is. There's also a bonus round at the end of the second round, bonus point at the end of the second round. Okay. Just so that everybody knows what's happening, the 3 finalists we have got are Stu. How are you, Stu? Confident?
I'll be honest, I feel awful. I had a night out last night, so I'm still recovering. So I could my memory's just going to go on out, but we'll give it our best shot, eh?
Getting the excuses in early. That might explain why the bookies got you as 5-1 outsider for the event.
That's it. That's it.
Also joining us, resplendent in his orange Fernando Rickson retro top, is Brian Fotheringham. Brian, how are you?
Fine. Quite glad there's no music quiz tonight, because if that was the case, then Scott would just scoosh it. So absolutely delighted there's no music around tonight. Yeah. So looking forward to it.
That might be why the Rabble contributors have got Scott Kerr at 15-8 on favourite, but that was before they knew what the rounds were. So that may be why he's favourite. Brian, you came in at 72, so you might be waiting a couple of quid on yourself.
72, good price. 72, good price.
Martin will take all bets that are going. So, and also joining us, as you probably guessed from that, is tonight's favourite, Scott Kerr.
I'm my favourite. There's no music questions. I'll put a 10 on Stuart.
Nice. He's had it. There's no music questions. He's had it.
Aye. My Rangers knowledge is poor compared to the music knowledge.
Okay, so without any further ado, we will crack on. As I say to you guys, if you can WhatsApp your answers to Martin, who I think's just disappeared again, so I'll just keep talking. Oh, he's back again. Right, okay.
No, he's back. He's back.
If you can WhatsApp your answers to Martin, and then at the end of each round of 5 questions, I'll go around you in turn and ask you what your answer was, so I can keep a track of the scores as well, so I know what's happening. So
before we start, I've been reading up on Rangers pre-50s, because I know you've done the questions. So
thanks. Okay. And also, you know that the first round is on history. That's obviously Rangers history. Because as we said, there's no music around, there's no TV and film around, there's none of that. Because if there was a music around, every answer would be two-tone related, and I don't do films and TV, so sorry, Scott.
Love it.
So without any further ado, don't forget, folks, in the comments, get your answers in. I'm trusting the finalists to have the comments switched off so they can't see your answers.
Oh, yeah.
They won't be using Google, because if they do, I'll come around and sort them out personally. They should.
Stuart's a bit of a drive for you, Will.
What's that?
Stuart's a bit of a drive for you.
That's all right. Don't worry. I'll leave you do that. So, given it's the final, you should know the answers to most of these. There's one or two a wee bit sticky. But anyway, first round, as I say, is on history. So, eyes down for a full house, guys. I'm looking for 26 points off each of you. All the way, because I've got a couple of cracking tie-break questions as well. So, question number 1. Who did Rangers play in their first ever game in 1872? Don't forget to get your answers in the comments, folks. Yes, Paul, anybody that's Buster Keaton, I will hunt them down.
I need to wait and Martin that.
It's only one of 3 or 4, let's be honest.
Well, no, it was only one, Brian.
Yeah.
Right. Have we all stuck an answer in?
Yep.
No, okay, maybe not.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's got the thumbs up from the boss. So, question number 2. Right, now you've got a 25% chance of getting this right if you don't know the answer. Which of the founding fathers was Rangers' first international player?
Oh.
Given there was 4 founding fathers, you've got a 1 in 4 chance of getting it right. I've seen at least one correct answer for the first question coming through.
I feel like this is too obvious, but I'm going to do it anyway.
First question. I was working again. Very good. I like that. Oh, the comments are smashing the second question. Absolutely smashing it out the park.
Martin's giving the thumbs up.
Okay, magic. Okay, question number 3. Who's Rangers' first goal scorer in the 21st century? So this century, who scored Rangers' first goal?
Also 2000.
No, this century, the 21st century. Yeah. So the 2000s. I'll give you a clue. It was in January 2000. Scored Rangers' first goal this century.
Fucking hell. Wow.
January 2000.
January 2000.
Yep.
Can't even think back to January last year.
I'm just going to have to guess.
These are taking far too long to get these answers in, boys. Come on.
So you see these questions.
Just slow down, will you? Aye, just you go back.
Well, there's too much dead there, but we can waffle through that. Don't worry.
Right.
There's quite a lot of there's an awful lot of answers coming through from the punters watching, and I have to say, not giving the answer away, nobody's got it right yet.
Oh, really?
Just don't pick one of them, Brian.
I'm going to go Brian just because it's random. I'm going to go down because it's random.
I actually think I've seen this in previous research, but I can't remember.
Yeah, of
course you have.
Question number 4, right? And I'm stopping the quiz at this if you don't all get this one right. Right? Quiz will be finished if you don't all get this one right. Rangers famously scored the Scottish Cup final goal before the advertised 3 o'clock kick-off time. Who scored it? So obviously, the Scottish Cup final was supposed to kick off at 3 o'clock. They kicked it off early, and we scored before 3 o'clock. Who scored it? I'm seeing an awful lot of blank faces. I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned. I asked a non-Rangers supporter this question. Final. Yep. I asked a non-Rangers supporter this question, and that person got it right. So I'd be expecting you guys as finalists here to get this bang on the money.
Say that again.
Right. Rangers famously scored the Scottish Cup final goal before the advertised 3 o'clock kick-off time. So they kicked off the game a minute early. Who scored the goal?
Well, a whole minute.
Well, they kicked it off slightly before 3 o'clock, and we scored very early in the game. Who scored it?
Scottish Cup.
Just going off a random guess here.
Scottish Cup.
I mean, you got it right, Stuart.
I can't think of any. This is the only early goal. It might not even be. I might have just made this up, but I think it was early, so I'm just going to go for that.
My flabber is gassed.
It might not even be Scottish Cup. I think I've done Scottish League Cup for a start, so it's probably wrong anyway.
Once again, comments are smashing this out of the park.
Scottish Cup.
I thought this was the easiest. I thought this was probably the easiest question in the whole quiz.
Just waiting on Brian.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, Brian, I've got work at 6 o'clock.
I know. I know the game. I just can't remember the player.
10 seconds.
Fuck off.
There we go. One of our viewers has just messaged me to say he said he was outside the ground and missed the goal because he hadn't got in yet. Right, moving swiftly on. I take it you've put an answer in, Brian. Right, moving swiftly on. Final question in this round. Final question in this round.
I'll come back to it.
No. Put the answer in, Brian. Come on. Put the answer in. There's no coming back there.
There you go.
Right, okay. Magic.
Right,
okay,
next question.
Right, okay. So on the run to Barcelona 1971-72 European Cup Winners' Cup, Rangers played Sporting Lisbon. Right? What was unusual about the tie with Sporting Lisbon? Okay, have you frozen or are you just thinking?
I've frozen, I think.
Okay.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah, did you hear the question? Yeah.
Yeah, I froze.
Okay.
But as Martin
Okay.
always knows, I freeze.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I asked. Okay.
Okay, I'll just go out and come back in, and we won't move on until you come back in.
Oh, it's more thinking time.
Time to Google it.
Yeah.
Wait, you can't speak of the thinking time the time you had a question for Brian. I nearly went to take my dog for a walk the time you were thinking about that. There he goes. He's back again.
Is that enough time, Scott, to think about, was it?
Are we all in for that, Scott? You put the answer in?
I can't handle that, by the way. I just need to. Yeah.
Are we all in? Because that's the end of the first round. That's taking a lot longer than I thought it would, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
I reckon I've got one.
I think two max.
Oh dear.
Well,
Sorry, but I have to put this up.
That was very, very interesting, Wolf. So I'll let you go through the answers and then we'll see who's closer.
Okay. So no, the sporting manager wasn't transgender to my knowledge, Gallant. So we're not going. I don't think that's the answer I've got. So anyway, question number one.
Let's not do anything tonight, gentlemen, that makes us go
I'm
viral.
just what was in the comment. Right. I'll go with what I'm looking at the screen. Stu, what was your answer for question number one? First ever opponent for Rangers.
Oh, I just guessed Dumbarton because of the early league. It's wrong, but it's just my guess.
Okay. Right, Scott, who did you go for?
Queen's Park.
Brian.
Dumbarton.
The answer was Calendar.
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 Yeah.
No, Calendar.
I've definitely seen that somewhere.
May 1872. So, which of the founding fathers was Rangers' first internationalist, Brian?
Peter McNeil.
Okay. Scott.
Moses McNeil.
Stu.
Moses McNeil again. Complete guess.
It was Moses.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
Can I just say, out of everybody in the chat, only Connor got that Calendar one right.
That's a great shout.
Connor was on fire a couple of weeks ago as well, to be fair.
Yep.
Google's good,
Okay,
isn't it?
so
And
First
by the
goal
way,
scored.
Wolf, just to let you know that pretty much, I mean, everybody bar Brian got this right, I think.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I saw
I
that.
had
I did see
50-50 and I went the wrong way.
that.
I should have phoned a friend.
Oh, wait a minute.
25
Paul McGregor
Yep.
got Calendar as
No,
well.
but he spelled it wrong though.
He
He
spelled
spelled
it
it wrong. So right. So anyway,
You sure
question
Peter
number
wasn't
three.
spelt as Moses, no?
No. Question number three. Who's Rangers' first goal scorer of the 21st century? Now, I didn't see anybody in the comments getting this right.
I can't find it.
So we will speak to Scott Kerr first.
I just went with Moles, because I got a clue.
Okay. Brian.
Larry Ferguson.
Stu.
Right, I said Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, but can I say another one? This obviously it won't count, but can I say the one I think it is from what I've seen before?
Yep.
Is it Craig Moore?
It is
You've
Craig Moore.
Googled that, haven't you?
I fucking knew it. No, I
You
saw it.
Googled that,
I
didn't
was
you?
going to write. Yeah, what I did, Brian, I thought I put the wrong answer, and then I Googled the right answer and told everyone.
Oh, yeah. I'll put the wrong answer, but then put the right answer. Yeah.
No, I just said it doesn't count.
Yep. It was Craig
Come
Moore
on.
in a 5-0 win against our old friends from Aberdeen on the 22nd of January, the year 2000.
I would never have. Just as I saw it on the previous doing the question.
I love how intense Brian gets when quizzes.
Fucking, honestly,
Okay.
I
Right.
told you this
Question-
morning in the Random Rabble, I fucking hate losing.
I don't have a live one, Martin, and a booze or something. Who's that? You'll put the place up in there.
Question number 4. Stu, I'll come to you first. Who scored the Scottish Cup final goal before 3 o'clock?
I went Mo Ross, but I think I'm thinking of the League Cup against
That's
Motherwell.
Motherwell.
So
That was Motherwell League Cup.
I'm not even sure Mo Ross was born at the time.
cool. That's probably. So you're saying it's probably not right, is that?
It's definitely not right. Scott Kerr.
Derek Johnson.
Brian.
I think I went Newman.
Oh,
It was Derek Johnson, 1976 against Hearts. Because the
I wasn't even born then.
Because the non-Ranger supporter I asked, funnily enough, she wasn't born then either. Was my girlfriend, and she told me it was Derek Johnson.
yeah, but she supports Hearts.
Yeah, but she did. I didn't tell her what game it was. I said, "Who scored?" I asked her exactly the same question, and she went Derek Johnson against Hearts, 1976. because
That's
she
the
knows her
first-
club's history.
First correct answer, by the way.
What?
Well, from any of us.
Well, we get Moses, mate, Neil.
Oh, no, sorry,
not
Moses
McNeil.
McNeil. My apologies. He's got that. Yeah.
Right, and the final question in this round. What's unusual about the Cup Winners' Cup tie we sport in Lisbon? Brian.
We won because the ref didn't realise we won in away goals.
Correct. Stu?
Yeah, but we lost on penalties, but retrospectively put through on away goals.
Yeah. Scott?
No, I just put a coin. I put a coin toss. Not that coin.
No.
Coin toss is wrong.
It was wrong, yep.
I know that.
Excuse me, Brian. I'm a quiz master here. I'll tell him it's wrong, okay?
She was after that coin toss.
Well, Scott, we
You
won
never
from
said
the
it was
1-3-2 at Ibrox. We lost 3-2
Yeah, I know.
in Lisbon.
I just
Went to extra time. 1-1. Referee didn't realise the away goal in extra time counted double because it was the first season of them. And Jim Fairgrieve, who used to write with the Herald, ran in with a rule book and went, they've got it wrong, and Rangers got put through. After having a howling penalty shootout, they lost 3-0 in.
I've
Right,
heard it
so-
before. I just couldn't remember.
So after round one, obviously Kerr's answer not counting there. We have Kerr and Stu both on 2 points, and Brian well in last place on 1 point. So
I was way behind in Ian in the previous round and I scooped him
No.
in. So.
that's
I
because
disagree.
you paid me to let you go through. We all know what happened, right?
Did it,
Martin,
the
Martin,
payment
I
went
think-
through, did it?
I think we already need a recount because I've got Stu on 3 and Scott on 1.
How have you get Stu on 3?
No, I got 2.
You
You
only
didn't
get
count my
2.
Craig Moore one, did you?
Moses McNeil.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't. No, sorry, you didn't get Derek Johnson. It was Scott that got Derek Johnson. Sorry, I've done this the wrong way. Sorry, my mistake. My
Oh.
That's
apologies.
why I'm doing it in the background.
Sure,
Dan.
man.
Glad you-
Not as easy as it looks.
Jerry
Glad you're all-
Mandering. There's
Glad
Jerry
you're all paying
Mandering here.
attention. Glad you're all paying attention.
Right, anyway,
So
before
what's
you
the
go to round 2, we have Matt Gunner, who's on 0 out of 5.
Well done, Matt.
Paul McGarrigle,
Keep
he's currently
going,
on 3 out of 5, the same as Aldo and Ian Ross. Ian McDougall, he's on 2 out of 5. That's shocking. Connor, 3 out of 5 with that great shout for calendar. We've also got Brian on 1 out of 5. Malky's on 2, and Cammy is 1 like Brian. So
Tough round.
enjoy round 2.
It's
If you
all
think that
part
was
of the part of the plan.
Round number 2, Stadia. Right.
Oh,
So-
yes.
Who did Rangers play in the following European stadiums? Okay. So
Stadiums.
I'm going to tell you 5 European stadiums. I want you to tell me who we played against in those stadiums. Right?
Okay.
Brian, you look
The
confused.
year.
No,
I
what
can't
year?
give you the year, but I'm not going to. No.
Just the name of the team that plays in that stadium.
Just the
wasn't
team,
it?
basically the team that we played in that stadium.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to be like finals or something. All right. Okay. I got
No,
you.
no. So the first one, right? First one's a gimme. Who did we play in the Oval? And that's not the Oval, the cricket ground. The ground is called the
Oh.
Oval.
Oh, is this one of these 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 questions?
No. We played a team in a European game in a stadium.
Oh,
called the Oval.
yeah. I've got you.
Well, how difficult is it?
Yeah, no.
Who did we play in the Oval?
Oh, I was quietly confident.
question
on this
one?
one, so
That's question 1, yeah. Because that's the first stadium.
Total punt.
this is where you hope the football manager knowledge kicks in there.
I'm too old for football manager, sure.
You're never too old for
I've,
football
I've
manager. Kev.
butchered that spelling, but who cares?
Okay, right. Question number 2. It's the same question, but a different stadium name, Brian. Okay. So still, who did we play in the following? Right. Stadion Caradorde. Now I'll spell that because my pronunciation is maybe not right. Okay. It's Karadorde.
Say that again.
Stadion Caradorde. Karadorde.
Caradio.
Car-
Jesus Christ.
Kardioede.
Karadorde. Just because that one's really, really difficult,
You're on mute, Martin.
It's only fair, Wolf, that you give them the year in the competition.
I'm going to give them where it is. So, Right.
Oh.
So as I was going to say before, I was so rudely interrupted by the scorer, George Dawes, sitting in the background there. That stadium is still a stadium in use, and it's currently in Serbia.
It's not them. It's definitely not them.
And we played in it in a European competition that no longer exists.
I don't even know if we played this team.
I think I've got that wrong as well. Shit.
I don't think we played them.
Now you said that we haven't played them in that stadium before. Oh, fuck's sake. Disaster. Oh,
I wouldn't have got this one. I had to look that one up.
no. Well, I've definitely got it wrong then.
No, not necessarily. There's a few interesting comments coming in. Nobody's got it right yet. I've seen.
Come on, Kerr. Come on.
He's Googling it.
Kerr's Google slow.
There's my Google there, Brian. What's that? I'm trying to think of teams in Serbia, but it's not going to be the obvious one.
Yeah,
I've just been sent the best answer by my mate from Perth, who's playing along but not in the comments with my WhatsApp, and he's put FC no fucking idea.
I would have been as well putting them.
He's wrong. Anyway, ground number 3. Dallymount Park. Who did we play in a European game in Dallymount Park?
I think. I'm just putting that. I think first off the top of my head. What are you smiling at, Martin?
He knows the answers.
Exactly. Easy when you know the answers, isn't it?
Could I have the spelling, please?
That's what I'm laughing at.
Dallymount. Dallymount Park.
Didn't help at all.
There's a few right answers and a few hitting the post on the comments. That doesn't mean switch your comments on, Stu.
No, it's tough, isn't it? Because I think of a couple of teams and I'm like, that we haven't played them in Europe. No way. I can't even hazard a guess at this. I honestly don't even know the country. Anything. Can't.
If I told you the country, it would be too easy. So that's why I'm not telling you.
I reckon I've got this one right. I don't know why.
There's enough countries in this panel.
I can't. No, skip it.
Right, ready? Is that us ready to go? Okay. Stadium number 4. Right. Stade José Barthel.
Oh.
Stade what?
José Barthel, which is JOSYBARTHEL.
Who plays there?
Who did we play there?
What's their name?
Bet you've all missed the music round now.
No, I fucking don't. Name again?
Stade José Barthel.
The stadium's easy. I just don't know who. I'm just going to.
Well, if you think the stadium's easy, you must know where it is. And if you know where it is, you know who we played there.
Yeah, I don't think this team played there, but I just wonder if they played there for this tie. That's my.
The best wrong answer I can see is Accrington Stanley, Sharpie. I like that.
I've been there.
The thought of Accrington Stanley in Europe is quite interesting.
Oh, no, I don't think it is it?
Oh, just waiting on Brian again.
You done, Brian?
Go.
Okay, and finally, you'll be delighted to know I'm really interested in your answers for these ones, boys. The last one is the Den Dreef Stadium. Who did we play in the Den Dreef Stadium?
Have the spelling again, please.
Dendreef.
Den Dreef. Den as in D-E-N. Dreef, D-R-E-E-F.
Dendreef.
It's a guess.
Dendreef.
I was really looking forward to that round, Wilf. I thought my stadium knowledge was really good, and I don't even know if I've got one right.
Well,
I'm exactly the same, Stu. I was really looking forward to that.
You'll be
And he's
kicking
just
yourself.
absolutely butchered us.
You'll
It's
be
a
kicking
cracking
yourself for
round,
the
to
last
be
two.
fair. It's a cracking round.
He's
You'll be-
absolutely butchered us.
Well, it's not as difficult as it sounds. Are we ready? Is that us ready to go? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that
The
was fun.
right,
Well,
okay.
of course it was.
So- Stu, the Oval. Who did we play at the Oval?
I went Glentoran.
Okay. Scott Kerr, who did we play at the Oval?
Glentoran. I've been in the stadium,
Right.
I know. That's what it's called, the Oval.
Brian Fotheringham, who did we play in the Oval?
What are you fucking laughing at, you prick? I put Eintracht Frankfurt. I had no idea.
Okay. As Scott Kerr says, he's been in it. I've been in it as well. Not for the game in question, which was in the Cup Winners' Cup in 1966 to 67. The answer is Glentoran in Belfast. Number two.
That's it.
Number two, Brian, we'll come to you first for this one. Stadio Karađorđe, which I said was in Serbia. So who did we play then?
Red Star Belgrade.
Okay. Stu?
I didn't think it'd be Red Star or Partizan, so I just guessed one of the only teams. I just went Radniki, but I can't imagine that's right.
Who?
Scott?
Radniki.
I just put Red Star in my club.
No. Vojvodina.
Oh.
In the 1968-69 Fairs
Is that
Cup.
the Giants that played that lot in the European Cup run in 67?
If you say so. Well, we played them in 68-69
Absolute giants of European football.
in the Fairs Cup, which is why it's a trophy that's no longer on the go. So, question number 3. Dallymount Park. Scott?
I was choosing between two. I went Bohemians, but I also thought maybe in Shelburne, but I'm not going to go apart for it.
Brian?
Shelburne.
Stu?
I put a skip. I couldn't even place it anywhere.
We played Shelburne at Tranmere Rovers. It was Bohemians.
That was the best moment
You
I've ever seen in the
absolute
quiz.
dick.
My first ever trip out of Scotland to see Rangers, it was Bohemians at Dallymount Park.
And it's dying in the
You
background.
absolute dick.
How? It's
He
just,
says, yes, it was Shelburne, but it was actually
No,
Bohemians.
no. I
He
said
said
Shelburne.
we
No,
played Shelburne at
Shelburne at
Tranmere.
Tranmere. So Shelburne was at Tranmere.
You just heard Shelburne.
We played Shelburne at Tranmere. It was actually Bohemians. Number 4. Stadium Jose Barthel. Stu.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's Luxembourg, and the only team I could think of was Progress and Unicorn.
Okay. Scott.
This question 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll give my answer right in. I'll put Villarreal.
Brian.
Betis.
It is in fact in Luxembourg. And it is indeed Progress and Unicorn.
See,
Who
I
we played
forgot
twice.
all about that era. That
Who we
era
played-
didn't exist.
Who we played twice. Well, unfortunately, I was
Yeah.
in both games, so it did
We
exist.
played them under Gerrard as well, didn't we?
That era didn't exist.
And finally, the last question in this round before we get to the bonus, which will be really, really interesting. Right? Dendreef Stadium. Scott.
I'll get my answers back different. I'll put Progress.
Okay. Brian.
Bromby.
Stu.
I just guessed Willem Tway or Two, whatever you want to call them.
Guys, it was
Sounded Dutch.
last season. It was last season. The stadium's in Leuven in Belgium, and it was USG.
Oh, you
Oh. It's not their stadium, is it, either? Oh,
It's not their stadium, no. Their stadium's
Yeah.
like a
I
junior
might as well
ground.
listen to knows the fucking answers.
that's a good
Do
question.
you want me to give out the points just now before you do the tie break? The bonus round?
No.
Right, how many points is it for the bonus?
One. Just one.
Just 1 point. Okay.
Just one. So those grounds again, right? Because you'll need this for the bonus question, right? The Oval, Glentoran, Stade Caradorde, Vojvodina, Dalymount. We've played in both of them once. Dalymount Park, Bohemians, who we played twice. Stade Jose Barthel, who we played Progress twice, and Dendreef, who we played USG. Right? There's one thing links all those stadiums in a Rangers context. What is it?
Remember and send your answers to me.
What's the teams?
The grounds are the Oval, Glentoran, Stadio Cardorde, Vojvodina, Dalymount Park, Bohemians, Stade Jose Barthel, where we played Progress Niederkorn, and Dendreef, where we played USG, because it's not their grounds.
And what's the common theme?
What links those stadiums in a Rangers context?
Okay. Are we not? I know this would probably come back to bite me, but does Kerr not get the progress point because he's clearly sent it in right? He's just got the wrong.
No,
it's fine. It's my fault. It's my mistake. So. I'll throw the chair down the stairs later.
Yeah, all the answers are in.
Okay, so Scott, what did you say?
Not lost in any stadium.
Okay, Brian, what did you say?
Playing blue.
Okay, Stu.
But we haven't won at any of them.
Well done, Stu.
Yeah, USG smashed us, mate. What are you talking about?
I know.
Unbelievably, we drew with Glentoran 1-1. We've never scored in Luxembourg. We lost to Vojvodina 1-0, and we got beat 3-2 by Bohemians.
So
yeah, the Irish one it was a complete guess.
At the end of round 2, Brian got 0 out of 5. So Brian is still on 1 point. Calm down, Brian is still 10.
He got Shelbourne, Martin.
No, Brian, I don't want to cry anymore because I will end up all over Twitter, right? So Brian's in 3rd place on 1 point. Kerr got 2 out of 5, so he moves on to 4 points. And with the bonus point, Stu gets 3 and he moves on to 5. So Brian in last place on 1 point, Kerr in 2nd place on 4 points, and Stu in 1st place on 5 points.
Right, now, it can all change here, Brian, because this is the big who am I?
Right, before you come to that, Aldo only in that round 2 out of 5. Ian Ross, by the way, is on 7 out of 10. So Ian
smashing it.
The ones that we've got.
Text me, Ian. Text me.
On 5 out of 10. So there we go. Round number.
Right, so this is the who am I, and I've copied this from the previous rounds. So obviously the first clue is worth 5 points, but once you've had a go, that's you out. You can't then come back.
All you know is Stu's not going to go into at least the 2 point stage or 1 point stage. He's going to play it ultra safe.
I went in at 5 last week and got it wrong. So
you went early doors the last time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know the premise of this, right? So so there's 5 points if you get it after one clue, 4 points if you get it after 2, etc., etc. But once you've had your guess, that's you done. Okay, so if you're not sure, just hang fire. So
the first player is something like Jean-Pierre Fanfan.
So there's only one player.
That.
It's only one player. There is only one player involved here, right? So it's 5 clues to 1 player, right? So who am I? For 5 points. Very good, Scott. I was born in Helensburgh in May 1953, growing up in the village of Rue, the son of a footballer who scored against Celtic during his career.
What year was he born?
1953. So he's just turned 70.
I want to guess, man.
I want to go in here, but I don't think I'm.
If you don't want to go in on the first one, make sure you let Wolf know so that we can move on.
Yeah. I've got a pal here WhatsApping me that I wish he was putting his answer in the comments because he's got it bang on first time.
Yeah.
Chris Stewart, Ted McMinn wasn't born in 1953, but anyway.
Helensburgh,
yeah. Are we ready to move on, or do we want to have
70?
Right. Anybody having a pop, or do we want number 2?
Hold on.
Brian's taking the socks off to count the years through.
I've got a name in my head, but I don't want a chance.
I'm gonna go ball deep here.
Okay, right, okay. Oh, like your style.
Well, I've kind of got I've got a gamble, so I'm going there.
Right, okay.
I'm in.
Right, Stu, Scott, you want another one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
another one.
I'm holding fire.
Okay. Right. So, for 4 points, I signed for Rangers in 1970 from Queen's Park and stayed for a decade, winning 10 major trophies, including the European Cup Winners' Cup, despite not featuring in the final.
Oh, what was the
I
different
mean,
answer?
Brian's.
Brian's got it wrong, man.
Oh,
There are a number of
And
people
what
in
did
the
you say
comments
about
getting it right.
the Cup Winners' Cup one? Sorry.
I signed for Rangers in 1970 from Queen's Park and stayed for a decade, winning 10 major trophies, including the European Cup Winners' Cup, despite not featuring in the final.
No, I'm gonna wait.
Okay, Scott, are you going in or are you waiting?
I've got an answer here, but I don't know what you present. Well, I go on. If I don't get it, I send Stuart's won this. Specky twat.
Mate, I've got.
Are we needing the next one before this gets too personal?
That's very rude towards spetty people.
I'm Specky, Brian, so it's fine.
Right.
I don't think I'm getting.
Scott, are you happy?
Sure.
Scott, are you happy? Because I want to move on.
I'm gonna. I just want to go for it. I'm just going. I'm going.
Oh, he's going. Oh,
right,
he's went.
You sent it. Right, Stu, it's on you, pal. Okay, for 4 points. Sorry, for 3 points.
Isn't it?
For 3 points, yeah, sorry, my mistake. I made over 300 appearances, scoring over 100 goals. My first was in a European semi-final.
These aren't helping.
And as an aside, I'm just in a text saying, question 3, shagged a Miss World. I do know that's right, but that wasn't one of my questions. So, made over 300 appearances, scoring over 100 goals. His first was in a European semi-final.
Oh, no.
I've got no idea. I don't think more questions are going to help me, in all
Honestly.
honesty.
I think I know who it is now.
You want the next one?
Sure.
Right, okay, next one was after leaving Rangers, I spent 5 years in England, 3 at Leeds, then 2 at Man City.
I think I know who it is now.
I'm just going to guess because I've literally got no idea, and you could give me another 10 clues, and I don't think it's going to help.
Okay.
There we are.
Right, so is that you guessed?
Yeah.
Right. The final clue I had was he won a dozen Scotland caps, scoring once. So, Brian, who did you say it was?
Originally, when the 5-pointer came out, I said Derek Johnson. But I now think I've went with the wrong Johnson. I think it was Willie Johnson.
Okay. Scott, who did you say it was?
Derek Powell.
And Stu, who did you think it was?
I went Derek Johnson because he was the only one I could think from that era that was scoring goals.
Oh. Which question did you go on, Scott? Yeah, question 2.
4, aye. 4 points.
It's Derek Powell.
Oh my God! What a shout that is!
Can I just say, by the way, you should all be ashamed because loads of people got that on the first attempt. Loads of people got 5 points for that.
They did.
Loads of people.
I thought I Derek Jones, but I remember him reading his book. He was born.
I went with the wrong Derek.
But you see,
I went with the wrong Derek.
If you think of the clue was in the first clue. Because there's a reason I said his dad scored against Celtic in his playing career, because they're the only father and son to score for Rangers against Celtic. So if you knew that, it's got to be Derek Powell, despite the fact that I didn't say his dad played the Rangers.
So,
You've got to
can I
think it's
just
got to be
say,
Of course, if you knew the first answer, yeah, exactly.
can I just say, after round 3, Brian
Yeah,
still
so-
on 1 point.
Fuck off. I want the music round. I want the music round.
Loads of folk in the chat delighted that we're getting 5 points. Well done, Paul. I think Aldo got 5 points in that as well. I think so.
Can I just say, people, the only reason I find this so funny is because of how serious Brian does take this. So Brian's in third place with 1 point. Still all to play for Brian.
Of course it is.
Second place, we've got Stu on 5 points because obviously he didn't get any points that round. And running into first place with 8 points is Scott Kerr.
I don't care.
Round
Have
4.
I not got 9 points?
No, you've got 8 points.
Because I get 4 points here.
You're mumping over 1 point.
And I was in
You
5.
had 4. You had 4, and you've got 4, so
Yeah.
that's 8. 4 and 4 is 8.
I thought I'd
I-
5.
I was in the lead on 5, so
Oh, well, yeah, right, fair.
Now, it's just been pointed out to me that both Alfie Conn and his dad, Alfie Conn Sr., scored against Celtic in cup finals, and that's correct. However, Alfie Conn Sr. never played for Rangers. So that's why the Barlanes are the only.
was he
father and son
Hibs?
scored.
Was Alfie Conn Senior Hibs?
Hearts.
Hearts, that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hearts,
that's one.
yeah. Right, so round number 4. The 55 season, or as I like to call it, season 20 to 21. Okay. So this should go a little bit better than the previous ones have. Okay. However, I know the answers. So question number 1. Right. During season 2021, how many goals did Rangers concede in the Scottish Cup? So during season 20 to 21, or the 55 season, how many goals did Rangers concede in the Scottish Cup?
Oh, who did? Oh, I'm going to mix the bloody League Cup up again, aren't I? But okay.
Okay, everybody in?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, okay. Question number 2. How many competitive games did Rangers play that season?
In total, everything.
Competitive games in total, in all competitions, in Cup, in Europe, in the league, the whole 9 yards. Are we all in? Mark's too
I'm
busy
counting.
drinking juice to tell me.
I'm still trying to do a maths.
Okay.
It's really good for a podcast that everybody sits dead quiet, by the way. I'm just letting
know.
you.
It's just tough questions, you know.
It's the final was supposed to be tough. He's let me loose on it, so
I know.
Never again.
whatever.
apart from you, who am I? I like that one.
Right, we all in? Everybody in?
Right.
Yep, okay. Question number 3. Who scored their last goal that season?
Who scored the last goal that
We
season?
all know Ryan Kent scored the first goal at Pittodrie. So who scored the last goal of that season? So the last time we won the league, who scored the final goal of the season?
Surely that's the last game we played that season.
No, it was other boy.
That was at home in Aberdeen, man.
It was other boy.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Cheers, Kat. I was really on the edge of what game it was.
Why did you say that,
I
Kerr?
can't even remember who the fuck scored, but
Christ.
Yeah, watch
Right,
it.
is that us?
no.
Everybody in?
Still waiting on Scott Kerr, but Stu answered before Kerr said that. Otherwise, Stu wouldn't have got the point.
Oh.
I'm just going.
How on
Oh.
I wouldn't get the point.
Assuming, of course, that Stu's right, because we don't know that yet.
Well, actually, he's
So-
not, but that's not the
Hang on.
Right, you.
Still,
I'm gonna-
like, cheats.
Can I block can I block George Dawes from jumping in all the time?
Yeah. What? So if someone shouts out a clue,
Right,
then the
Scott,
person
have
who
you-
answers is the.
can I ask the next question now? Are we ready to go?
Yeah,
Right,
you
okay.
know
So, question number 4 in the season 2020 to 2021. Who scored their first goal in Europe that season? First European goal.
It was against Alania Vladikavkaz.
You just get back into your computer. It wasn't
I'm
against
between
Alania
two here.
Vladikavkaz.
I'm stuck between two. It's probably neither of them, but
No, fuck it.
this is so tough.
Oh, Brian's covered up his screen. He's away to check on Google.
Yeah, what's he doing?
I was asking Alexa.
He put his hands up like you've just committed a foul.
Brian, you're on mute.
My answer was in before I did that.
Okay, right. Is that us ready for the last question in the round? Good stuff. Okay, so again, we're still on the 55 season, so season 2020, 2021. How many different nationalities played for Rangers that season? Players from many different countries. Stu likes that one.
That's a good question. I don't have a clue though.
Stu's got that on top of his barn, like he knows that straight away.
What Barnett?
Why are you keeping your word?
I was going to say for a bonus point name them, but that'd be a bit cruel. Although I will name them because I've got them all listed here.
Now,
Got some wild things coming in here. Yeah.
There's one player who went on to play for a country, but I don't think he played for that country at this time.
If that's what his nationality is classed as.
Right, okay.
Gallant, I'm not quite sure how you get half a country, but or is that saying you get 4.5 points? I don't really know.
I've worked out a few and then just added 2 on.
Okay, so are we all in?
I'm going that.
No. I've not got a scoop here, man. I'm just going to that.
Right. Okay, so the 55 season 2020 to 2021, and here's George Dawes back in again. So, how many goals did Rangers concede in the Scottish Cup? Scott Kerr.
2.
Brian Fotheringham.
Snap.
What, 2? Stu.
I went 1 against St Johnstone.
Stu is 100% correct. It was 1 against St Johnstone. We beat Cove 4-0, and we beat the Tims 2-0, and we drew 1-1 with St Johnstone, and we won't mention the penalty shootout. Question number 2. How many competitive games did Rangers play that season, Stu?
I tried to add them up. I went 57. I think it might be close, but I don't know if it's on.
Scott?
56.
Brian?
53.
Stu, you were close, but not as close as Scott Kerr was.
Oh, it's even worse. What are you going to say is 58?
No, 56.
Great shout.
Okay,
Yeah.
Brian, who scored the last goal of the season? And as we were rightfully told, it was against Aberdeen at Ibrox.
I think I initially said Defoe,
Okay,
but I'm
Stu,
sure I'm wrong.
Who did you initially say?
I
Because
think
we have to
Defoe-
take your first answer. Sorry,
I watched this in the pub. Defoe scored late on.
Scott?
I went for Kent. He scored the first, so just gave him the last.
No.
I knew the game. I can't remember who scored.
I'm sure it was after reflection. I'm sure it was Roof.
No, you're right.
No,
Your
it's
first answer
4-0
was right.
Defoe.
So it's just as well. That's what we take, Brian. It was Jermaine Defoe.
Yes. Comeback's on. The comeback is on.
I watched it on my iPad walking from the Swallow Hotel to Ibrox because I went down to join in the celebrations that day. I watched it on an iPad.
I was
walking
pretty
along
much
Emerson Drive.
outside the Copeland Road that day, so
Yeah, that was mental that day. Anyway, who scored their first European goal that season? Then Brian, go on.
I think it was Roof.
Okay, Stu.
I was between Morelos and Tav, and I went Tav.
Scott.
I was the same as Stu, so I went Alfie.
Ooh.
Stu, you went the right way. It was Tav.
Oh,
If he'd done that twice to me, I'd be fuming.
against Lincoln Red Imps in Gibraltar. And it was bloody hot that day. So, right, go on then. Stu, how many different nationalities? Because you thought of a number and added 2 to it, so what have you got?
Yeah, the one I was thinking of was Roof, because he's English, but he's gone to be called up for Jamaica. So I've just I sort of added up 6 and then just added 2, so I've gone 8.
Okay, Scott Kerr.
7.
Oh,
Brian.
I went 13.
I'm not sure where you pulled that from, Brian, but it's 13.
Oh, well done.
Cedric Eaton was Swiss.
Yeah, I didn't forgot about him.
Yeah. Chocolate.
Who?
That's one.
That's one. That's one, Brian. Can you name the rest of them?
Well, Scott, English, Northern Irish, Colombian.
Yep.
Jamaican, Romanian.
Romanian, Jamaican, yeah. Croatian.
Yep.
Swedish.
Helander was Swedish, that's right, yeah.
Yep.
There's
Northern Irish.
I said Northern Ireland. About 13,
Nigerian.
Well, Nigerian, of course, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought 11, but I thought I'd add 2.
And the one you probably... Canadian, obviously, for Scott Yarfield.
Oh, of course.
And the one that most people probably forgot about, South African.
Zungu.
Zungu, yeah.
Kamara.
I thought it was 11, but I thought I'd add 2.
Kamara finish, yeah.
Right, so after round 4, the scores for round 4 were Kerr got the least amount of points. He got 1 in round 4. Brian got 2. Brian got 2, and Stu got 3. Which means getting into the final round, the scores are Brian in 3rd place with 3 points, Stu in 2nd place with 8 points, and Kerr in 1st place with 9 points. So all to play for with Stu and Kerr. Brian, this has been dismal, mate. Horrendous. Try and do yourself a favour and do well in the last round.
Yeah. Despite the fact you can't win, Brian, it would be nice if you could come up on the rails because you're 6 behind with 5 points to play for. So you're gone.
Yeah, well,
however,
you keep going till the day's done.
Absolutely. So the final round of tonight's quiz is
is absolutely cheering on, by the way.
It's all about the Rangers.
Celebrating.
So how's everybody getting on in the comments? How are we doing in the comments, folks? Everybody doing okay? I'm not really keeping an eye on it. Martin is, but he's disappeared, not telling me. So 13 out of 20 for Connor. He's doing well. That's a good effort, Connor. That's a really good effort. Ian Ross, cracking effort as well. 13, that's a cracking effort. Cracking effort.
Everyone's smashing us, Kerr.
Aldo, absolutely smashing it. Brilliant. Okay, so all about the Rangers, the final round. Okay. Ibrox was officially opened on the 30th of December 1899 with a 3-1 victory against who?
Shite bag.
So who did we beat 3-1 in the first match officially played in the current Ibrox Stadium?
I'm sure you said this, Stu, before, but it's so fucking obvious. It is obvious.
Oh, what? Is it obvious? I don't think the answer, but it's obvious.
Right, are we ready to go?
Brian, don't give him clues. That's poor.
No, he's made me doubt myself now because is it obvious?
I'm loving all these comments. I'm loving all these comments saying I was at the game. I'm old, but I'm not that
Get a signed programme.
I was actually stadium announcer that day. So
He's got a photo with the players as well.
right, we're ready. Is that us? Everybody in? Okay, so question number 2 in the final round. Graham Souness's first competitive match as Rangers at Rangers. Sorry, I'll do that again. Graham Souness's first competitive game as manager of Rangers was against Hibs in August 1986. Who was sent off for Rangers that day?
Jesus, come on, Wilf.
Martin, can we edit out my first attempt at that question, please, before this goes live? Because that was ridiculous.
That's nah.
God knows.
Are you masquerading as puzzled, Scott?
Aye. I can only think of one person. It very well said the questions give me doubts.
Graham Souness's first competitive game as manager was versus Hibs in August 1986. Who was sent off for Rangers that day?
Wild guess.
Okay. Number 3. In what year was the training centre opened in Auchenhowie? So it was opened as Murray Park, but obviously now it's just known as the Rangers Training Centre, presented by Parks Motor Group or something ridiculous. But when was it opened?
So originally, when it was under David,
When it was opened, yeah. When it was opened, is that Auchenhowie?
Yeah, okay.
It was originally called Murray
yeah.
Park, but when did they open it?
Mm-hmm.
Quite a few answers quite a few wrong answers in the comments. I'm surprised at that. I have to say, I thought this was a shoe.
Go with that. I think I'm too high, but I'm going that.
I think it was the same year as my son was born, but
I think I'm too high. Maybe 1.
Waiting for the nod from George Dawes. Tell us all the answers are in. All the answers are in. Okay, so the next question, which I believe is the penultimate question, unless we go to a tie break. So the second last question of tonight's Rangers quiz. Only one Rangers player has been capped by Germany whilst at Ibrox. Who was it? So only one Rangers player has been capped by Germany while a Rangers player. Who was it?
I can only think of 2.
I know. You know, it's one of these ones. You know, if you go one way, you're fucking wrong, aren't you?
No, because
The thing is, it being Wilf, I'm worried he's going to pull out someone from like the 60s that we had that randomly capped for Germany or something stupid like that. But
No, we didn't have any German players. But we did. We had a German goalkeeper back in the early 70s, but he didn't get capped with Germany.
I'm going that way. I know it's the other boy, just because I've said that way.
it has to.
Okay, and the final question, you'll be delighted to know. Okay,
jumped in too quick.
and I've thoroughly enjoyed this. Who was the Rangers captain who became the first player to play for Scotland more than 50 times? So the first player to get 50 Scotland caps was a Rangers captain. Who was it?
The first player to get 50 Scotland caps ever, or just
Yeah, the first player. No, the first Scotland player ever to get 50 caps was also a Rangers captain. Who was it?
This is going to be before.
That's another one, Stu. It's so obvious. It's not obvious, isn't it?
You keep getting in my head with saying stuff like that, mate. I don't even know if this guy got 50 caps, but it's the only captain I can think of.
Well, just stick an answer in.
I know it's not, but I'm just going with it.
Okay. Could be crucial. Not your answer, Brian, obviously.
No, it's not. Let's be honest, it's not crucial.
Okay, that is ready to go. Okay, so the final round, all about the Rangers. Stu, Ibrox was officially opened in December 1899 with a 3-1 victory versus
I think I've got this really wrong because when I did the research for one of the quizzes we've done before, I read about opening of Ibrox and we played Preston, but I now think we didn't play Preston at Ibrox. So I put Preston, but when Brian said it's obvious, it can't be Preston.
We played Preston when we opened the first Ibrox.
There. So
Brian.
Along there, mate.
I don't know a team called along the M8. What's your answer?
Well, that lot along there, mate.
What, Tim's?
Mm-hmm.
Scott?
Celtic.
No, it was Heart of Midlothian.
what?
It was Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
It was Hearts.
Should have known.
Okay.
He keeps dropping in Hearts questions, doesn't he?
I know.
There's a way to say
They
we
come
should
up
have
quite a-
known, shouldn't we?
they come up quite a lot in our history, that's why. Graham Souness' first competitive game was against Hibs in August 1986. Who was sent off, Scott?
Souness.
Himself.
Brian?
Oh, of course it is.
that means that Stu didn't put Graham Souness.
I put Ian Durant. Oh, of course it's Graham Souness.
And he blamed Walter Smith because he said he got the identity wrong.
Yeah. And it was,
He said-
to be fair, he should have been sent off for the first one he got booked for because that was horrific. But the second one was ludicrous.
The second one was probably a double red.
The second one was ludicrous.
I typed Graham Souness and then because you said the question, I was having doubts.
That's why I wondered that, so it wasn't too right. Howie, when did it open, Brian?
I reckon I'm 2 years out. I said 2002. I think it's 2000.
Stu,
I said 2001.
Scott,
2001.
2001.
How's that possible? I went either way and I didn't even get it, did I?
So in my best Ken Bruce, you're 1 year out.
Can I just say to everybody watching who's participating, get your final scores in now so that by the time we get to the end of it, I can read out some final scores.
How are they going to know if they got them right?
How could I go 2002 and
That's
2000?
true. As soon as the final question's done, get your final scores in.
Okay, so penultimate question on this, right? Brian, seeing as you're having an absolute stormer, which Rangers player was the only Rangers player capped by Germany while at Rangers?
Alberts.
Stu,
The Hammer, Alberts.
Scott,
I jumped the gun and said Alberts, but then I remember Christian Nellinger.
Oh, don't say him. Don't.
unbelievably, you're all right. George Alberts.
Yes. If it was Nellinger, I was going to fucking fume.
It was against Romania in 1998. For some reason, the game was played in Malta, but I don't know why it was played in Malta. But yeah,
A lot of people said Nellinger and Kloss, which was two popular answers as well.
yeah.
Kloss
Kloss never get capped for Germany.
No.
Mental. Won the
incredible.
Champions League. Never got capped.
Incredible, absolutely incredible.
I was between Nellinger and Alberts, and I went, I'm sure it was Alberts.
I'm delighted that we've got one that everybody's got right. It's
Can I
only
just
taken
say,
taken 24 questions.
For your final question, absolutely nobody in the comments got this right.
Can I say that the guy that's WhatsApping me got it bang on the money? So Arthur, well done, mate. You should be putting these in the comments.
I'm wrong.
So, right, Scott, who was the Rangers captain who became the first player to play for Scotland more than 50 times?
I said John Gregg, but to be honest, I didn't have a clue.
Okay, Stu,
I've gone way late. I'll put Richard Goff.
Brian,
He only played 24 times for Scotland, Richard Goff.
Yeah, I know it was. I just couldn't think of anyone.
Brian,
I was with Scott.
John Gregg. That was George Young. It was Corky.
Who?
George Young. Corky.
I was going to
So
say
everybody watching, please do get your final scores in, and I shall read out the final scores for the guys tonight. In that final round, round 5, both Brian and Stu got 2 points, and Scott Kerr got 3 points. So I think we all know what that means. In final place, don't know why he bothered showing up. Brian with 5 points. In second place with 10 points is Stu, and the big fat Rangers quiz champion is Scott Kerr with 12 points. Well done.
Even
guys.
without the music channel, he still fucking wins.
There you go. The bookie was bang on 8-15 favourite, and he absolutely hosed it. Absolutely hosed it.
At least Stu gave him a bit of competition.
That was tight. Stuart was pulling there.
The Who Am I won it for you. Like,
Big shout out, by the way, to Connor, who gets 16 out of 25.
That's very impressive. Very, very impressive.
Paul got 16. Ian got 8. Aldo, did you really get 16?
Oh, no chance.
Aldo's answers coming in were quite good. A lot of Aldo's answers were quite good coming in. They put them in.
Martin got 10. Ian Ross got 20 out of 25.
Oh, that's insane.
Wow, that's incredible.
And the best of the night, Gallup.
There's always
that was never in doubt. Gallup Pioneer was never in doubt. He wrote the questions, he sent it to me, so that was never in doubt.
There's always one, isn't
never
there?
ever in doubt.
So does that mean that
ever in doubt.
out of everybody in the comments that I can see, Ian Ross was the winner out of the comments?
Well, the ones that are probably telling the truth, yeah.
Fair play to Ian.
Yep. Just for a bubble, can I ask? I've got a couple of tiebreak questions. I'd like to ask one of them just for a bubble, right? Just to see, because I was astounded by the answer, right? So very, very quickly.
Can I just
the attendance?
Sorry, Wolf. I was only winding Aldo up. I know how he gets. I was only winding you up, Aldo. Well done.
Yep. Right. So what I had lined up was a tiebreak question, right?
And just beep beep beep.
Okay. So what I'd lined up as a tiebreak question was, what was the attendance in the second leg, so the away leg of the 1961 Cup Winners' Cup final against Fiorentina?
Oh,
so what was it? What was the attendance in that, the away leg? Go on, Stu, hit me with a number.
18,000.
18,000 for a European final. Okay, Scott Kerr.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even really listen to the question, if I'm completely honest. 40,000.
Scott.
75,612.
Brian.
Where was the final?
Fiorentina, the second leg of the first ever Cup Winners' Cup final against Fiorentina.
The Franchi.
The what?
Yeah, the Artimo Franchi.
Yeah.
44,000.
Stu, you were quite close with your first guess. Believe it or not, it was 27,000.
Why'd you throw me off then by going, what, in a European?
I couldn't believe it. That's how it I pulled it up. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, see, I was low because he said he couldn't believe it.
There was 80,000 at Ibrox in the first leg and 27,000 turned up for the second leg in Florence. I couldn't believe it.
It's about 40,000 stadium.
I was flabbergasted by that. Flabbergasted by that. Although
to me, then I've just moved into the lead.
Although I like Gallup. I like Gallup Pioneer's shout. Gallup shout.
The one that Lee was part of before.
Well, hang on, we'll get the right comment. Gallup shout was better. That'd have been a much better attendance. So there we are, folks. That was the final of the Big Fat Rangers quiz. And I'd like to thank the finalists and congratulate Scott Kerr.
Well done, Kat. Well done, Will.
Commiserations, Brian. Stu, thanks for giving
enjoy that
bit
one bit
of a fight.
Didn't enjoy that one bit.
I hope it wasn't too difficult for you. I quite enjoyed it.
Easy when you know the answer.
It was worth it.
I know it is.
If I'm honest.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That was a hard quiz, Wolf, I have to say. Compared to Stuart's. Stuart's is good, but that was harder.
You know, I actually rattled up 22 of those questions an hour after last week's quiz when I said, "Can I ask you questions?" I just sat down and rattled up most of it.
I'm not being funny. See as Wolf said last week, "Can I be quizmaster?" I just went, "Well, I'm knackered." I just knew it. Fucking knew it. You're angry, Gallup Pioneer. I'm absolutely seething.
So there we go. So the whole of tonight's glory goes to Scott Kerr. Well done, Scott.
No problem.
Well done, mate.
Well done,
So
Scott.
What about win, Martin? There's Martin. Martin, that's there. What about win?
Self-esteem.
So the Rabble will be back with you on Monday night, so tomorrow night at 7:30 on YouTube as per usual. So that's it from us for this evening. Thank you very much. Congratulations to everybody in the comments that took part and did some stellar answering there. Hope it wasn't too difficult for those of you that found it a bit challenging, but it's supposed to be. It was a final. So once again, thanks very much to my 3 finalists. Commiserations to the 2 losers. Congratulations to the winner. And we'll see you all again Monday night.